according to her, there's an anti-feminist ideology experiencing a resurgence. I think that phone call's coming from inside the house. Like, if you listen to her talk, it'll turn you off women for a while. It worked on me. I was like, I'm not sure I like us anymore. Anyway, let's watch.
The reason that I wanted to share this study and these anecdotes is because it gave me a very chilling, overarching realization, which is that these testimonies from teachers are akin to if you were standing on a beach and the water suddenly receded very quickly and very significantly. When that happens, it's an early warning sign of a tsunami. And that's how I felt about that study, because these boys are young right now. They're saying and doing these things in classrooms, but they're going to grow up and they're going to bring these ideologies into the broader world. That's why I am so glad that you're studying this issue of anti-feminist ideology, as thanks to a confluence of factors, including the advent of social media, incompetent moderation from tech giants, and manosphere influencers' creation of soft entry points for a more radical ideology. Academics I've spoken to have said that anti-feminist ideology is experiencing a resurgence because, unfortunately, it is nothing new.
Go ahead.
Rachel, honey, okay. First of all, the problem is you. You are the problem. And if you're noticing that little boys are acting like little boys,
right,
and pushing back in the way that young men do, that's on you, honey, okay? That is on you. It is not the young man's responsibility to pre-think of what your reaction and what your experience might be, okay? Little boys are inundated from kindergarten on with the influence of oppressive women in education who tamp down their volcanic energy, who tamp down their inherent recklessness as children, as male children.
And medicate it out of them. And medicate it out of them.
I mean, your child can't sit still in school. Here's a bottle full of Ritalin. This is not what we should be doing to our children. And what we are seeing is the predictable result of little boys who have had enough. We need to let little boys grow up in a natural, non-oppressive, non-progressive, feminist environment. And the second we start to honor little boys for being little boys, these problems will fix themselves down the line.
Right. We have too many people like Rachel Gilmore in education. That's the problem. We're graduating too many of them into education and not enough regular dudes. And I realize regular dudes can go make more money doing regular dude work, physical work, the trades, whatever. But once we saw the switch get flipped in education, because there was a time when there were more men in education than women. That changed, and then all of a sudden our boys became problems to medicate instead of just regular old little boys, because you've got these childless, dusty crones with blue hair as teachers who have no experience with the little guys. And so they're saying there's something wrong with them because they're different than these little girls.
Who are typically much more able to slip into a school environment and be able to check the boxes, the behavior boxes of the teachers. But little boys have volcanic energy. I have four. That I'm the mother of four sons, and so to say that I know that little boys, you need to deal with them on a little boy level and really accommodate their littleness. It is just necessary to growing well-adjusted, strong men. And so this is what our little guys aren't getting in school. So, I mean, I love that Rachel Gilmore, childless and off her rocker, is reading one study and is like, I think I know what's wrong here, guys.
I know what's wrong with the boys. I know what's wrong with the boys. Hasn't met one, but she sure knows what's wrong with them. You know what? I thank my lucky stars every single day that my son landed himself a normal one, because young women, there are a lot of them out there like this. And I think it is a testament to the kind of men in Rachel Gilmore's sphere that she thinks that men are actually like this, instead of happy, well-adjusted, hardworking with old man hobbies like golf who want to take care of their wives and raise me up some great grandchildren. I think she doesn't understand that those men exist, they're out there, but she is oversampling from her own pool, I think.
Yes, yes. The good guys are out there. The good guys are absolutely out
We
there. And
raised them.
know
We
that
know.
know that their place is integral to making this whole entire thing work. Men are foundational to making this whole thing work. Our
Right.
society is built on families with the daddy and the daddy takes care of the mummy and the mummy takes care of all of the kids. That is the
Right.
natural way. And we know that our guys know this because they
Right.
show up for us. They show up.
And she has no clue that regular dudes out there don't abide women being mistreated.
No, they do not. Oh,
Her
they do
f-
not.
the male feminist weeps that she surrounds herself with would never stand up for a woman, would never punch a guy out
Oh,
for, coming on too strong to a woman in a bar, not backing off or whatever. They would never, like, chivalry is dead. And women like her murdered it. But in our spheres, chivalry is alive and well. She just doesn't make it over
Sheila.
into our world.
The other day, as things were happening with Buck, because I work in a van, right, guys? Like I roll away in my super cool van and I work on the side of highways and I just go where the sun is. And I was having a real reaction to learning that Buck was happening, and I was having a cry, okay, in my van alone. And all of a sudden a van pulled up behind me, and a guy on the highway, passing on the highway, had seen me crying, went 1 kilometer down the highway onto the service road that I was on, 1 kilometer back to me just to check if everything was okay. Hey, you okay? Everything okay over there? Chivalry is not dead. It is alive and well. And guys, I just can't love it enough to know that just regular dudes care about what's happening to women and show
Right.
it and show
Yeah.
it. It's lovely.
Michael Koros, every time somebody says
don't-
something bad about us in the comments section, he freaks out. He's like,
Mike?
I will not abide.
He has a very overarching male energy when it comes to that, because Michael loves us, and we love Michael, and he cannot stand to see people being mean to us, unnecessarily mean to us. He can't. And it's important as women to have those kind of guys in your life, the guys that are going to back you up,
Good dudes.
when just the guys that are just going to be solid, like a solid backstep. So thank you, Mikey, and to all the good guys that show up for us, no matter how that happens or where. Thanks.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Okay, now on to the Rachel Gilmore clip, which explains
Mm.
my I think possibly failed attempt to look nice today. But she says I don't even have like lady colors. I was like, there's a lady sleeve on this jacket, but it's still olive green.
It is so cute, Sheila
thank
Gunn.
you.
I meant to say it earlier. That is a cute coat, like a puffer winter business.
Yeah, it's like a little
lady.
blazer. But this is the
It's
best I
adorable.
could come up with. I even tried to do some eyeshadow, but Rachel Gilmore says that she's going to be harassed in a bathroom because she's tall. And women like me who don't go out of our way to, do the beauty duty, as they say, they might get harassed too, because Pierre Poilievre said in an interview one time that there was only 2 sexes. So let's hear.
What?
It's crazy. I should have saved this for the cringe, but we're talking about Rachel, so let's get to it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been horrified seeing the virulent transphobic rhetoric that has been spread through society. I mean, even some politicians in our House of Commons have been saying disturbing things that have gotten them condemned by Egal Canada and other organizations. I mean, Pierre Poilievre's comments about trans folks have been egregious, saying that he's only aware of 2 genders. And I think that one of the massive issues within this is you're ultimately not only all of our rights are intertwined, and when you adjudicate the presentation of gender for, say, going to the bathroom, what you are doing is adjudicating who is going to be harassed in that bathroom. What? I'm a 6-foot-tall woman. If I go pee and there's a bathroom ban, are people going to speculate about my genitalia? Am I going to be
No.
harassed
No,
when
Rachel,
I'm just
because we
trying to
can
use
tell
the
you're a
washroom?
woman.
Right.
Anyone who doesn't present in a very effeminate way is going to face
Nope.
questions and harassment. They are open to that. So it's not only rigorously enforcing, the forms of gender expression that exist in our society, but also, even among cis women, they are going to be harassed for this. So all of our rights are intertwined, and it is essential that we fight for all of them.
This woman is crazy. To suggest that I would be harassed in a ladies' bathroom because I do in my own real life dress like a bit of a 12-year-old boy, I'm wearing a 12-year-old farming kit, like wearing Carhartts, got my little work boots on, I'm wearing a Coors Light hoodie. Never, never. Why? Because I'm obviously a woman. That's the point that she seems to miss in all of this, is that you can't fake it. Like you know.
Humans have an innate ability, honed over millions of years of evolution, to be able to tell the difference between a man or a woman. The ceiling of which is so high that it is almost untrickable. Okay, we are designed to be able to identify who is a man and who is a woman. And what Rachel does not seem to be able to understand here, to be able to grasp with all of her virulent,
Virulent? I think it's virulent, right?
People in the House of Commons have said that there is only two genders. Okay, what Rachel is missing is that it is not the responsibility of women to onboard the mental delusions of men in our intimate spaces. Okay, that you believe you're a woman is your belief, but you are not, because you are a man. Everybody knows it, especially women in intimate spaces. The only example I can give you is the first time I walked into a bathroom, went into a stall, came out, and there was a full-grown man in a dress there. And I cannot tell you the ways in which that unsettled me instantaneously. Okay, men are not to be in women's intimate spaces, and it is not our responsibility to indulge this. Absolutely not. There are only two genders. There are only two biological sexes. There are men, there are women, and affirming the delusions of people who believe otherwise is not my job. Okay, Rachel, it's
Right.
not any of our job. So enough of this and your tiny little circle of trans influencers who would feed you this garbage while you betray every woman and every girl in the entire nation of Canada. Like, why they have her there is an
The Liberals
outrage.
invited her. The Liberals invited her. Now, on the flip side, the Conservatives should be inviting ladies that oppose this sort of anti-male nonsense. Yeah, exactly.
How about a fierce family rights advocate, and
Right.
womanhood absolutist who is also a best-selling author on LGBTQI issues? You
Right.
know how the TQs are forever saying, learn about trans people.
Here.
Hi, guess who's the new expert? Guys, I am. Call.